Thanks for visiting Patient and Weather today. This is meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stress for March 1st, 2026. We do keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also maintain a Patient Weather storefront on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through our Patient Weather storefront support the activities of Patient Weather. Looking at the surface map for Sunday, you can see that we have high pressure over Michigan dominating much of the eastern part of the country, but that also means there'll be some cool air flowing down the plains. There is that lingering front stretching all the way from Raleigh to Oklahoma City and back up into Montana. And there'll be a lot of unsettled weather here in the Pacific Northwest with low pressure off the coast, feeding moisture all the way into the northern Rockies. You'll note that we have that bubble low hanging on the front in Oklahoma, and that means a lot of unsettled weather in the central plains and the middle Mississippi Valley. And of course, we always have that lingering front here in Florida, and it will be quite active, almost a summer-like pattern here with showers and thunder showers across the southeast. Looking at our vitality index, this is a composite of those weather changes that probably will have a health impact. And you'll see we do have that cold air trying to come back into the northern plains, but the most significant area will be with that front, and that runs from Kansas into Nebraska, clear across the middle Mississippi Valley, Missouri into Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, and blooming as it gets into the Ohio Valley, the middle Atlantic states, and covering almost all of New England. Looking at pressure change, again, we have some falling pressure here in the northern plains, but the area of interest will be this rising pressure stretching all the way again from Nebraska and Kansas, clear across the middle Mississippi Valley into the Ohio Valley, going all the way from the Great Lakes to Virginia and covering all of the Northeast and taking in all of those Canadian cities from Windsor up to Quebec. Note we also have rising pressure across Florida and hanging along the coast through the Carolinas. Temperature change, again, basically along that lingering front with falling temperatures right with the front itself. And note that behind the surge, there'll be warmer air coming out of Canada, or at least rising temperatures. Note with the dew point temperature change, again, we're supporting much the same thing, rising dew points here in the west, falling dew points in the east after the front. And then finally looking at the change in oxygen availability, almost a rerun for at least portions of the country, with the risk of asthma and arthritis across Montana, the Dakotas north and south, and stretching into Minnesota. However, the risk of migraine, very interestingly here across California, across Florida, and along the Gulf Coast, but mainly, again, from that area stretching from northern Oklahoma across Kansas into Nebraska, picking up Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, surging up into Michigan, and then all the way east across into Virginia, and picking up all of the states in the middle Atlantic and up into New England. Very, very strong here on the coastal New England areas. Thanks for visiting the Patient and the Weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, let us know where you're